that we've gone through all the basic steps on how to come up with a story, how to get started with a story, we're going to do a quick recap for the last episode of this season. I would like to start with the idea. The idea is the first tool we learned, and that is the setting, where the story happens, the character, who the story is about, and the conflict, the central issue. That is the first step that we've learned how to use. After that, we have to decide whether or not we're going to outline. As you already know, I've chosen to do an outline, but I do have a bit of a different approach to an outline. It's not designed to be unmalleable. I can change my design as I'm going through. So that is what I'll be doing for my outline. The next part we went through is word count. Word count is very important to know how much we're going to be writing, or what we're going to be writing. So it allows us to get a general understanding of what we're going to be creating. Now, my target is general fiction, so 8,000 words, maybe 9,000. Or 8,000. 80,000 words, maybe 90,000 words. Let's get that correct. Alright, so we learned how to do everything about word counts. The next thing to talk about is writing speed. To know your true writing speed is more important than having a fast writing speed. My writing speed for this, I'm estimating it's going to be about 1,500 words an hour. So, there's that. Figure out your writing speed, The next thing that we went over is planning a writing schedule, total word count, words per hour, all that stuff. It is good to have this as a tool in your tool bag to know how often and when you can write and how you can write and how much you can accomplish. We're not going to really go into detail to this right now because I'm just going to write it. The next one is coming up with the one-sentence summary. As you know, it's character setting, goal, conflict is the order for the idea. So the one-sentence summary is one sentence about all those things combining into one sentence. We will do that on Monday. The next one is the pitch. Step 1, a statement sentence. And step 2 of the pitch is the question. We also went over how to target our audience and what kind of elements our audiences are looking for with the audience spectrum. So we'll look at that. We already know how to use that. We got that tool in our tool bag. Then we went over 3-act structure. Act 1, part 1 is the life before. Act 1, part 2, made aware of the conflict. Act 2, part 2, studies the special world. Act 2, part 2, fights and fails. Act 2, part 3, fights and wins. Act 2, part 4, defeats the enemy. Act 3, part 1, enemy overcomes the hero. And Act 3, part 2, hero returns and destroys. So, next part is the setting. We've already been over settings somewhat. It's the general aspects, life and society, history, countries and places, religion and beliefs, organizations, folklore, martial arts, weapons and war, the supernatural, magic, artifacts, science and technology, vehicles and mounts, creatures, and everything else and beyond. And then we went over character design a little bit. I'm not going to be going over that again right now. I'll be going over that later on in much more detail. Thank you, Mia Cotton. And then we are going to be creating a backstory. And once again, thank you, Wafflerp, or Waffle RP. Anyways, thank you for providing the artwork. And once again, we will be going over this later on. And plot holes ruin everything. Yesterday's episode. And we learned how to, at least hopefully, we learned how to identify and fix plot holes. Now, the next portion of this is basically going to be me creating a book from start to finish publicly, allowing you guys to see the entire process. My goal for it is to finish it before the end of December, and let's see what happens. I do have a few rules that I'm going to be placing on myself. I'm only going to be working on it Monday through Friday, so yeah, I have the weekends off. I don't know if I'll be doing live writes or whatever. I might. I don't know yet. And those are the only rules that I'm really stipulating for myself. Sorry, I still have a cold. Anyways, yes. I think that's about it for today's episode. This is a recap, and this is everything that we went over in the last 20 or 19 videos. This is video number 20. Next week we'll be starting a new series, or a new season, and that is going to be writing Blue Ash Crisis. Hope you guys enjoyed. Talk later.